Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Today, I rise to mourn the loss of a newer son of Oakland who was taken from our community far too soon on May 28, 2025. Dr. Marvin Lavelle Boomer, Jr. was an educator at Castlemont High School with deep passions for community building, improving education, particularly in Black neighborhoods, and for Oakland. He was even deeply integrated into the work of college to career readiness as a part of Oakland Promise, my alma mater, where I first had an opportunity to meet him and see the beauty of his work. Marvin led his life with love as the focus and with purpose at the center. This was evident in his interactions with family members, the way he cared for his loved ones, and his vision for a more equitable education system. His love and his legacy will live on in the school farm he established, in what he poured into the Fab Lab at Castlemont High School, and his legacy will continue with the students that he had, who had the benefit and privilege of being taught by him. He focused on establishing paid internship programs to provide students not only with valuable work experience, but to let them know that their work was valued. And his work will be known and his legacy will live on in the far-reaching impacts of his advocacy for Black and brown students and those living in poverty. This work earned Marvin the adoration of students and the entire Castlemont High School and East Oakland community. Marvin brought that commitment to bettering students' lives across the East Bay, the state, and even the country. And I know his actions will cause a ripple effect that secures that vision for all of our students. Dr. Boomer had a vision for Oakland. I learned this from his sister at his service. He wanted workforce development, affordable housing, community policing, and paid youth programming. And as a man of faith, service, love, and purpose, I learned this from his father. He had a vision and a desire to contribute not just to the city of Oakland, but to impact national policy. I want to thank his family and loved ones, many of whom are here today in their chamber, for giving me the privilege of celebrating him and for allowing us here on the floor to see the cost of a life lost. Thank you all for allowing us to be able to hear a bit of his light and joy and what Marvin brought to our lives. Marvin should still be with us today, but it is because of his love and his final selfless act that his partner, Nina Woodruff, is still able to be here with us today. His Mrs. Everything, to her, Mr. Wonderful. To ensure that we have an opportunity to focus as a community on the light and life that he brought. To his siblings, he was beloved brother. To his parents, he was a treasured son. Marvin embodied the spirit of California. He had an infectious smile. And to his students, he would declare every day, "Hey, beautiful people," because he ensured that they knew that they were loved, that they were bright, that they were graceful, and they deserved our everything. I ask that we each hold a bit of this optimism, his commitment to service, and his love in our hearts as we move forward and continue his fight for a better future. Members, rarely do we talk about how these lives are lost on this floor, but in this instance, I must. Dr. Boomer died senselessly. He died on a warm, beautiful day, 2 days before graduation, walking with his beloved Nina on a stroll 4 blocks away from his house in a residential neighborhood where people have lived for 60 decades. and he was killed because of a senseless police pursuit as a bystander, because there was a reckless driver who decided to treat a residential street of Oakland as if it were a highway. And for that, we have this beautiful light taken. We have an injury, a physical injury that will hopefully heal soon of his beloved, but we will certainly never have closure of the spiritual injury that has happened to this community, to this family, and to the children who have lost him, lost his light. I offer my deepest sympathy. Thank you, and I ask that we adjourn in the memory of Dr. Marvin Lavelle Boomer, Jr.
Let us observe a moment of silence to honor the life of this historic Californian.